Reshut Harav. From all the people over here, most probably I'm from on the older side. So, most probably nobody over here ever got a dollar either from the Rebbe. You got 1973, I got one. 73. That was the first time I saw it. I happened to be that I used to go to Gaishal Bracha. The last time he came in for Tehillim, I know Shana Rabbi was there. Everybody wanted to know. He gave me a nod. I was the only guy who got a nod. I still don't know why, but he gave me a nod. I want to say something that it's a little bit of a Maimer Chasidus, but you have to, I think, focus to understand it. Why is the Chag geulah? Why did the Rebbe get out of jail before Chanukah? We know that nothing is coincidental in this world. If something happens right before Chanukah, it seems to be that the Rebbe's message, the Alter Rebbe's message, was a message and a prerequisite that it can isa to Chanukah. If we know the reason why the Rebbe was put into jail, Rabotai, there's something very, very unique about it. There was a very big machloket between the Rishona and the Balatanya. A very big differences of opinions of Hashkafa. The Rebbe held, the Balatanya held that it's better for a Jew to live in a ghetto, to have a hard life, and to connect to Hashem. Because the minute they live with luxury and they're living a life of democracy, it causes them to blend with the goy. The Rishona, the Heilige Rishona held that the ma'ala of democracy is beneficial to Jews. At that time, who was the one who was leading democracy? It was Napoleon. Napoleon thought that the Alter Rebbe was working against him. And the truth is, he was. Under the table, the Alter Rebbe was against the Hashkafa of Napoleon because democracy as we know it today was instituted by Napoleon. And the Rebbe held that the biggest damaging thing for the Jewish people is when they blend with the Goy. The Greeks, the Hellenism of the time of the second Bet HaMikdash, if you know any history, the intermarriage was a magefa that was as worse than today almost. The reason, there's a quote, I think, from one of the, maybe it's Josephus, I heard it from Barrel Wine, that at the end of the first Churban, there was 15 million Jews in Israel, the same amount that we are today. 30 million Chinese. How many Chinese are there today? 1.3 billion. How many Jews are there? Still 15 million. What destroyed us was intermarriage, blending with the Goy. Antiochus was the first king that didn't institute by the Jews the concept of getting killed to be Jewish. Antiochus introduced Hellenism, that he wanted the Jews to blend together with the Goyim. Don't keep Shabbat, don't keep Rosh Chodesh, don't do Brit Milah, be a Goy. He wanted them to blend with the Goyim. He didn't want them to get killed. He felt that the concept of democracy, Greek Hellenism, is good for the Jewish people. And that was the introduction that Napoleon gave. Today, by Chanukah, why do we celebrate Chanukah? Chanukah was the last gift that the Rabbanan gave to us. And you know what their gift to us was? That if you want to stay in Galut and survive, don't blend with the Goy. Don't blend with the Goy. They came up with this new name of Chag HaUrim. Chag HaUrim, they call it the holiday of lights. That's a Goyish name. Because they want to blend with the Goyim. They celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Hanukkah like them. People put up balloons, not balloons, those big dreidels blow up. Why are they doing it? They should do it if they want to do it. Go do it Pesach time. Don't do it Hanukkah time. What are you trying to do? Blend with a Goy? The whole message of Hanukkah was we have to be ourselves, not to blend with the Goy. Chanukah was Hashem, the message that Rabbanan told us. We don't live like them. We don't want to blend like them. The Rebbe, the Balatanya, the reason why his Chag HaGeulah is bigger than his Yortzeit. It's more celebrated than his Yortzeit. Why is it called the Geulah? Because that's what redeemed Klal Yisrael from Churban Abayit by the time of Antiochus. Who's the one who's gonna, why is his Torah? His Torah gives you the feeling, if you ever was zocheh to do a mitzvah, get up, I'll tell you a secret. Get up and learn a piece of Likutei Torah 4 o'clock in the morning, Sukkot morning, before you go and shake lulav and etrog. I promise you it's better than Gan Eden. I am telling you, if that's Gan Eden, it's worth it. But really, learn a Likutei Torah with connecting with it. A piece of the Alter Rebbe's Torah. It's mind-boggling. What was his message to us? What was his geulah to us? His geulah to us is don't mix with the Goy. We have such a pnimius. They don't have pnimius. They're empty. They party, they drink. They don't know what geulah is. You're going to Chanukah, take the Chag HaGeulah, that's more important. His message is, you know why I went to jail? The real reason I went to jail is because, like the rabbi said, that they said he was funneling money. That was an excuse. That was a cover-up. Napoleon didn't like that. He didn't appreciate the concept of democracy. He really didn't. He was anti-democracy, right? He felt it was a tzad for the Jew. That was the whole thing that he said, not like the Rishon. So the holy
Emancipation.
What?
Emancipation.
The what?
Emancipation.
What does that mean?
That means to let the Yehudim to be free and to mix.
Democracy. Democracy. He was against the concept of democracy. He was against democracy. He felt that it would ruin us. I mean, just in hindsight, it looks like he was right, because democracy caused being reformed. The whole reform movement only grew up after democracy. If we didn't have democracy, we would stay in our ghetto and be happy. But the ways of Hashem we can't understand, but the message that he gave us of the geulah, we have to remember. We're going into Chanukah. You know what Chanukah means? We are proud of who we are. We don't need anybody else. We have something in the darkness of the night. We light the candles to show by us, we have even in the darkness light. By the Goyim, by darkness, they're full of darkness. By us, in the dark, we're full of light. It's an introduction to Chanukah, and it's much bigger than his Yortzeit, because it's the message why he was arrested and what he's coming to tell us why he got out. He got out to teach us that if you go and you learn the omek of Torah, the pnimius of Torah, you connect with it emotionally. He gave us that emotional connection to a mitzvah, the emotional connection of Avodat Hashem that you don't get You have to learn Shulchan Aruch. Like the Rebbe always says by Shaul HaMelech, that if you don't keep the mitzvot, you're worth nothing. But the same way as if you do the mitzvah, Yan Hashem Astas Devar Hashem, he has a whole mimer in the Sikh, that even though a person feels that he's doing the previous of what Hashem wants, but you have to still do the mitzvah. But the minute that you have that feeling to the mitzvah is totally different. You cannot compare a mitzvah that's done with the understanding of what I'm doing and what I'm accomplishing and how I'm doing it. So we should be zocher in the Chag geulah that he says, anybody who's participates in my simcha, you become part of me. Participates doesn't only mean plov. The plov is supposed to awakening our feelings. Why do you think the Hasidim, they drink a lot it became a thing. In Lubavitch they drink like crazy why do you think they drink? What? If I bring what? To bring out the previous of the person. Why do you think, just to be drunk and lie on the floor? What, you could do that any day. You don't have to do it on Chag geulah. It's to bring out the inner feelings of a Jew. The inner feelings of a Jew is beyond comprehension. It can't verbally be expressed. It's way above saying it verbally. So Hashem should give us the zechut that when we go to a Chanukah next week, we go to a Shabbos Kodesh, we go to a mitzvah, we shouldn't just do it milumada. How do you say milumada in English? Routinely. With the routine, we should understand every kiddusha that we say, every beracha, everything has such an enormous power. And with that said, we should be zocher Tagut Yom Tov.
חג שמח, לחיים, 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 חזק וברוך.